The internet is currently ablaze with a fervor that typically precedes a major shift in the technological landscape, driven by a cascade of leaks, insider whispers, and cryptic screenshots that all point toward a singular, game-changing revelation. We are hearing persistent rumors regarding the next generation of the Apple TV, likely slated for a 2025 release, and if the noise is to be believed, this device is poised to be the most disruptive product to enter the living room in over a decade. For the vast majority of consumers, the Apple TV has long been viewed as a premium, albeit somewhat passive, streaming accessory, a polished way to watch Netflix or Hulu. However, the emerging narrative suggests that Apple is preparing to shatter that perception entirely. We are no longer discussing a simple black box designed for passive media consumption. Instead, the leaks paint a picture of a device that fundamentally reimagines the role of the television, transforming it into a proactive, intelligent, and central command station for the modern digital life. At the heart of this transformation is the rumored integration of the A17 Pro chip, a piece of silicon that currently powers Apple's flagship mobile devices with desktop-class performance. The implications of putting this level of raw power into a stationary home device are staggering. Current streaming sticks and boxes often operate on processors designed for efficiency and basic video decoding, but the A17 Pro is a beast of a different nature. Its inclusion suggests that the 2025 Apple TV is being engineered to handle tasks that go far beyond streaming 4K video. We are looking at a device capable of onboard machine learning and complex computations that were previously the domain of high-end computers. This hardware leap is the foundation for what insiders are calling a pivot toward a true home command center, where the device does not just obey commands but anticipates needs through the integration of Apple Intelligence. The concept of Apple Intelligence in the living room is perhaps the most futuristic aspect of these leaks. Imagine sitting down on your couch after a long day, and before you even reach for the remote, the system has analyzed the time of day, your viewing history, and perhaps even biometric data from a connected Apple Watch to determine exactly what you need. It is not just about recommending a movie, it is about curating an entire atmosphere. The leaks suggest an interface that dynamically adjusts audio profiles, dims smart lighting to match the mood of the content, and customizes the visual interface based on who is in the room. This is a shift from a reactive interface, where you scroll endlessly to find something to watch, to a proactive intelligence that curates the experience for you. The operating system itself is rumored to be undergoing a massive overhaul to support these AI-driven behaviors, making the TV feel less like a screen and more like a responsive digital assistant. Simultaneously, the gaming community is paying close attention to these developments because the hardware specifications hint at a serious attempt to penetrate the console market. For years, Apple has flirted with gaming, but the 2025 Apple TV might finally be the Trojan horse that brings AA gaming to the masses without the need for a massive plastic tower. With the A17 Pro chip, the device would theoretically possess the graphical horsepower to run high-fidelity titles locally, rivaling the performance of current-generation dedicated consoles for many genres. Furthermore, the leaks indicate a heavy focus on Wi-Fi 7 connectivity. While this sounds like technical jargon for gamers, it is the holy grail of low latency. Wi-Fi 7 would allow for near-instantaneous cloud gaming and controller response times, effectively eliminating the lag that has historically held back streaming games. If Apple partners with major studios as the rumors suggest, this small box could offer a silent, powerful, and seamless gaming experience that disrupts the traditional console cycle. Beyond entertainment, the physical capabilities of the device are also rumored to be expanding in unexpected ways. One of the most persistent and intriguing leaks involves the integration of a built-in camera and advanced sensor suite. This would not merely be for taking selfies in the living room, it represents a fundamental change in how we interact with technology. A camera-equipped Apple TV could unlock high-definition FaceTime calls from the comfort of the couch, transforming the television into a primary communication device for families. More interestingly, it opens the door for fitness tracking and motion analysis. Imagine using Apple Fitness Plus where the TV actually watches your form, correcting your posture in real time during a yoga session or a HIIT workout. Additionally, this sensor suite could enable gesture controls, allowing users to navigate menus, pause content, or adjust volume with a simple wave of the hand. akin to science fiction concepts finally becoming reality. This sensor integration ties directly into the smart home ambitions that Apple has been nurturing for years. The 2025 Apple TV is expected to act as the ultimate hub for the smart home ecosystem, supporting Matter, Thread, and high-speed Bluetooth protocols simultaneously. Anyone who has set up a smart home knows the frustration of laggy lights, disconnected cameras, and unresponsive sensors. By centralizing the processing power in a hardwired, always-on device with the A17 chip, the Apple TV could solve these reliability issues once and for all. It would serve as the brain of the house, processing voice commands and automation routines locally rather than sending them to the cloud, resulting in instant response times and enhanced privacy. The leaks describe a scenario where your home reacts to you in real time, with the Apple TV acting as the silent conductor of an orchestra of connected devices. Of course, the most disruptive element of all might be the pricing strategy. In a move that has baffled and excited analysts, rumors suggest that Apple is targeting a sub-$100 price point for this powerhouse device. Historically, Apple products command a premium, but a cheaper Apple TV makes strategic sense if the goal is ubiquity. By undercutting competitors and placing this device in millions of homes, Apple secures a gateway for its services: Arcade, TV Plus, Fitness Plus, and iCloud. A low-cost, high-performance box creates a flywheel effect, locking users deeper into the ecosystem while providing a superior experience that cheap streaming sticks simply cannot match. If they can indeed deliver A17 performance at a budget price, it would likely decimate the market for mid-range streaming devices and put significant pressure on traditional console manufacturers who rely on selling expensive hardware. The user interface and physical interaction are also set for a redesign, specifically regarding the remote control. The Siri remote has gone through several iterations, some more controversial than others, but the 2025 version is rumored to feature advanced haptic feedback and potentially a Find My integration. The T is far more precise than current implementations. There is talk of a remote that changes its tactile response based on what is happening on screen, or a touch-free mode that leverages the main unit's sensors. Furthermore, the design of the box itself is the subject of debate, with some leaks pointing toward a slimmer and detectable profile, while others suggest a hybrid design that might include soundbar-like audio capabilities or a Mac Mini-style aesthetic with active cooling to support sustained gaming performance. As we look toward the potential release of this device, it is essential to understand the broader context. We are living in an era where our devices are becoming increasingly interconnected and intelligent. The television, for the longest time, has remained a stubborn outlier, a dumb screen attached to various smart inputs. The Apple TV 2025 represents an effort to unify these disparately connected experiences into a single, cohesive flow. It is about removing friction. It is about a device that knows you want to play a game before you pick up the controller, that knows you are receiving a call and lowers the volume automatically, and that acts as the secure, private guardian of your digital home. The convergence of AI, high-performance silicon, and advanced connectivity creates a perfect storm for this product. If the leaks are accurate, we are not just waiting for a new gadget. We are waiting for a shift in lifestyle. The transition from a streaming box to a home computer that happens to be attached to your biggest screen is a subtle but profound distinction. It challenges the idea that a computer must have a keyboard and a mouse. In this vision, the computer is invisible, the interface is fluid, and the interaction is natural. The skepticism that usually surrounds Apple rumors is present, as always. But the specificity and volume of these leaks regarding the A17 chip and AI integration lend them a credibility that is hard to ignore. Ultimately, the anticipation surrounding the 2025 Apple TV is driven by a desire for novelty in a stagnant market. Streaming devices have largely plateaued, offering faster speeds but the same fundamental experience we have had for a decade. Apple seems ready to break that stagnation by leveraging its massive advantage in silicon and software integration. Whether it is through replacing your game console, becoming your personal trainer, or simply being the best streaming device ever made, the potential is undeniable. As the release window approaches, the tech world will be watching closely, because if Apple executes on even half of these rumored features, the humble TV box will never be looked at the same way again. The days of the passive black box are numbered, and the era of the intelligent home hub is just beginning. Would you like me to create a comparison table of the rumored Apple TV 2025 specs versus the current generation to help visualize the upgrade?